Michigan church shooting, the split-second decision that saved 150 lives. Hi everyone. On what was supposed to be a peaceful Sunday morning, worshipers at CrossPointe Community Church in Wayne, Michigan, found themselves face-to-face with unthinkable danger. Just as children were finishing their final song during vacation Bible school, chaos erupted outside. A man in a tactical vest, armed with a rifle and a handgun, began firing at the church, aiming to inflict unimaginable harm. But what could have ended in mass tragedy turned into a miraculous story of bravery and divine timing. One quick-thinking church member used his truck to stop the shooter, giving security staff the chance to act and save more than 150 lives. Who was this man, and what drove him to such a terrifying act? Was this a random outburst, or something far darker, rooted in mental distress? Stay with us as we uncover the chilling moments, heroic decisions, and the lingering question, could this happen again? Dear friends, what unfolded at CrossPointe Community Church on that quiet Sunday morning will be remembered not only for the terror it brought, but also for the remarkable bravery that prevented a mass tragedy. It began like any other summer service. Around 10:45 a.m., roughly 150 worshipers had gathered inside the church in Wayne, Michigan. Children from Vacation Bible School were leading the congregation in their final worship song. Laughter, praise, and the joy of community filled the air. But outside the church's walls, danger was approaching. Brian Anthony Browning, 31 years old, had driven recklessly into the church parking lot. Witnesses say he exited his vehicle wearing a tactical vest, armed with both a rifle and a handgun. His actions were deliberate, calculated. As he approached the building, he began firing at the church, striking at least one person in the leg. It was in that moment that instinct, timing, and courage intersected. One parishioner, arriving late to the service, saw the gunman and realized what was about to happen. Without hesitation, he drove his pickup truck onto the grass and struck Browning, knocking him to the ground. As bullets tore through the truck's windshield, the man's selfless act bought precious seconds. 2 church security staff members, already on alert, rushed to the scene. They opened fire, fatally wounding Browning and stopping the attack in its tracks. Inside the church, chaos erupted. The congregation had heard the gunshots but didn't immediately understand what was happening. Pastor Bobby Kelly, who was about to begin his sermon, at first thought it was a jackhammer or a technical glitch with the sound system. But as the shots continued, a member of the security team burst through the sanctuary doors, shouting for everyone to evacuate. In a scene captured by the church's live stream, churchgoers can be seen ducking, shielding children, and sprinting toward the back exits. Panic and confusion gripped the sanctuary. A loud crack echoed through the room. People screamed. But thanks to quick instructions from staff, many were able to escape without injury. Later that day, law enforcement and emergency response teams gathered at the scene. Police confirmed that Browning was struck by a vehicle and fatally shot before he could breach the building. Aside from the initial victim struck in the leg and one security team member who was also injured, there were no other casualties. Both individuals were treated and listed in stable condition. So who was Brian Anthony Browning? The 31-year-old did not have a criminal history or any known connections to the church. Pastor Kelly recalled that Browning had attended services a few times with his mother, but neither were regular members. According to the pastor, Browning seemed like someone who had unusual thoughts, but did not initially appear threatening. Authorities later suggested he may have been experiencing a mental health crisis at the time of the shooting. A search warrant executed at Browning's home in Romulus, just 5 miles south of the church, revealed a disturbing cache, multiple rifles, handguns, and a significant amount of ammunition. This discovery confirmed what many feared: this attack may have been just one part of a much larger and potentially deadlier plan. Despite the horror of that day, the church community and first responders displayed extraordinary composure and heroism. The parishioner who used his vehicle to disable the gunman was hailed as a hero by both the congregation and police. He hit this individual with his car, drove right on the grass while he was shooting at the building. Pastor Kelly said, "That certainly helps the team to be able to respond." Wayne Police Chief Ryan Strong echoed this sentiment during a press conference. "We are grateful for the heroic actions of the church's staff members, who undoubtedly saved many lives and prevented a large-scale mass shooting." Behind the scenes, the The FBI and state officials joined the investigation. According to FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, the Bureau deployed leadership and support teams to work alongside local police, helping comb through evidence and determine Browning's motives. The question that lingered: why CrossPointe? Why now? While answers remained scarce, what has become clear is that the shooting could have ended in devastating tragedy, had it not been for a string of life-saving decisions. Pastor Kelly believes divine protection played a role. Interestingly, the church had originally planned 2 outdoor services in June, one of which was supposed to occur that very Sunday. "We weren't outside yesterday when we would have been," he said. "We were definitely protected by the hand of God. There is no question about it." Still, the church and the city of Wayne are now left with sobering questions about safety, mental health, and community preparedness. How can houses of worship spaces meant for peace, reflection, and healing be fortified against such sudden violence? What support systems exist for those suffering in silence like Browning may have been? And how can communities maintain their spirit in the face of terror? As worshiper Wendy Bodine described, her initial thought upon hearing the loud boom was that someone had crashed or was hurt. She ran outside, only to see Browning lying on the grass. Another woman shouted, "Call 911!" a cry that would repeat across phones and radios as the terrifying event unfolded. It's a reminder that even places we view as sacred are not immune to violence. But it's also a story of how everyday people unarmed, unprepared, yet willing can step forward in the face of danger to save others. Church security, often a silent presence, proved critical that day. Their rapid response, clear communication, and decisive action turned what could have been a massacre into a narrowly averted tragedy. Now, the people of Wayne and CrossPointe Community Church begin the long road to healing. Services will resume, though surely under tighter security. Memories of that day will linger, especially among the children who were singing just moments before the gunfire started. But they will also remember the courage that met that violence, ordinary men and women who made extraordinary decisions. The investigation continues, with authorities still examining Browning's motives and background. More information may emerge in time, shedding light on his mental state and what led him to target this specific congregation. But no matter what is revealed, one thing is certain: the actions taken that day saved lives. They demonstrated the strength of a united community, and they proved that even in moments of darkness, human bravery can shine through. In the end, what happened at CrossPointe Community Church was more than just a headline. It was a testament to bravery, faith, and the power of a unified community. On a morning meant for worship and peace, lives were placed in sudden danger, but through a combination of instinct, courage, and swift action, a potential mass tragedy was averted. The quick thinking of a parishioner, the heroic response of the church's security team, and the calm guidance of Pastor Kelly all played a role in ensuring that the outcome wasn't far worse. As investigators continue to uncover more about the shooter's past and motive, one truth stands out when evil approached. The people inside that church did not panic, they acted. Their story is not only one of survival, but of extraordinary heroism. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories that reveal the power of human resilience in the face of darkness.